who are the top lightweight duos in college wrestling? Now, this was actually inspired by Virginia Tech. I saw their tweet about Sam Latona and Corbin Myers, just a spoof off of Step Brothers, actually. And they put out this tweet on photo day of them just kind of spoofing Step Brothers. And a great movie, by the way, Step Brothers. Have you seen Step Brothers? Big fan of that movie. I think it's hilarious. And on a side note, I actually just watched Talladega Nights the other day, and that was another hilarious movie with Will Ferrell. But I want to give you the Fanco 5 top lightweight duos in college wrestling. So who are the top lightweight duos in college wrestling? First, I want to tell you the criteria for this. So pretty much 125 to 141. You got to be back-to-back. 25 to 33, 33, 41. Back-to-back guys. Who are these top guys? You got to be pretty much ranked in the top 20 is kind of what I'm putting you at. And you got to play well off each other. So who are the guys that just come out and one guy gets pinned, next guy gets pinned. One guy gets a major, next guy gets bonus. Who are those guys in college wrestling? And the first guys that I have to talk about are Illinois, Lucas Bird, and Dylan Duncan at 133 and 141. This is going to be, these two guys, they really do play off well of each other. They had nearly identical records last year, and that's what I'm telling you. They played well back-to-back off of each other. Now, number 6, Lucas Bird at 133. He's at number 6, where Dylan Duncan's at number 3 right now in Intermatch preseason rankings. Both of them All-American last year. Both of them got onto the stand, and both of them placed 5th. How about that? They each had solid records last season. They just couldn't quite get over the hump of certain guys, couldn't quite beat some of the top guys. Bird with his 2 losses to Austin DeSanto, Duncan with his losses to Rivera, 2 of those losses, each coming kind of at the end of the season. But I think that these are some great they are still a great duo in the Big Ten, and they aren't all Big Ten duos. The next duo is Arizona State's Brandon Courtney and Michael McGee. Both of these guys had undefeated regular seasons last year. And like I said, one of them comes and gets a major decision. Next guy comes up and gets bonus. And that's kind of what happened at Little Rock. Both of these guys had high-scoring wins. Oklahoma and that duel, both of them win by major decision. And like I said, back-to-back. They continued that on, and eventually, unfortunately, McGee lost at the Pac-12. We know that Brandon Courtney ultimately had the better season. He made the NCAA finals, ended up losing the Spencer Lee, but made the NCAA finals. But still, McGee at 133, still All-American, still got onto the stand and is top. They are each top 10 heading into this season. And what a fun lightweight duo these two are. But to be honest with you, it's tough to beat these next two, and they are the inspiration for this. Sam Latona and Corbin Myers. Now, this is a different circumstance to some of the other guys in that, and at 125, 133, and in wrestling, you don't always start at 125. In college, you can start at any weight, and oftentimes Virginia Tech actually started at 133 pounds last year, meaning they weren't necessarily back-to-back every single duel, but still, Sam Latona or Corbin Myers would get things started off at 33, and Sam Latona would end up finishing things off very, very well for Virginia Tech. Now, with each of these guys, the reason I think that they're really a top lightweight duo is they both won ACC titles last year with impressive victories over Camacho in Latona beat Camacho in the ACC finals, and then Myers with a nice win over Mickey Philippi. Big upset win. For both of these guys, these two are a top lightweight duo in the NCAA. Not just in the ACC, but in the NCAA. They're a top 3 lightweight duo. Each of them are All-Americans heading back into this season, and I think they're both big contenders at 125 or 133 pounds. With Latona placing 6th last year and Myers at 4th last year, each of them are top 10, and I'm super psyched to see what this lightweight duo will do next year. And then we move into the top 2. So in the Fanco 5, so far, we've had Dylan Duncan and Lucas Bird, Brandon Courtney and Michael McGee, Sam Latona and Corbin Myers, but we can't forget about Spencer Lee and Austin DeSanto at number 2. What a fun. Now, Iowa, the fun thing about them is they have a back-to-back with they also have Jaden Ironman at 141 pounds. So to be honest, they probably have the top 1, 2, 3. But with these two, I mean, Spencer Lee, NCAA champ, Austin DeSanto, third last year at NCAAs, and then Ironman, of course, second last year at NCAAs. But this is a tough duo between DeSanto and Spencer Lee. Lee was undefeated last year, won his third national title. DeSanto, 12-2. A couple of tough losses to RBY, but ultimately still did get onto the stand. And I think because these two just score so many high bonus rates, really amp each other up. I mean, do you just see how psyched up they get each other when they're coming off the mat and somebody else gets on and the next guy gets onto the mat? It's just so fun to see Spencer Lee get a pin, get a tech, and then DeSanto come on and just run a takedown clinic on somebody, just absolutely just tech fall somebody into outer space. Like, that is how fun these two are to watch. But so who is the top lightweight duo? RBY and Nick Lee. The reason they're the top lightweight duo is because they are back-to-back NCAA champs at 133 and 141 pounds, of course. Penn State is the only team to have back-to-back NCAA champs. And by that, I mean at 133 and then at 141. No other team has that. And Penn State has it at multiple weights because they also have Srirachi and Aaron Brooks. What an incredible feat for Penn State. And that's why Roman Young and Nick Lee are one of the top lightweight duos in all of college wrestling. They had nearly identical seasons, multiple regular season bonus victories. Their only difference is that Nick Lee was 13-1. He had that loss at Big Tens to Ironman, where Roman Young ended up going undefeated, 14-0. Each of them won a national title. Each of them are multiple-time All-Americans, and that's why they are one of the top lightweight duos. Even in the NCAA finals, I think this is one of the most fun parts about them, is that each of their NCAA finals came down to one takedown, came down to overtime, and they both won it 4-2. Ultimately, at the end of the day, they came out NCAA champions. And that's why they are the top lightweight duo. What do you think? Who was your top lightweight duo? Hey, did you know that the audio version of the full hour-long Fanco Wrestling Show is available for free? You can download the latest episode by searching for the Fanco Wrestling Show on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. I hope I can make your on-the-go commute or gym workout that much better.